What's good, everybody? It's your boy Kev. Welcome back to In Tune Entertainment. And today we'll be going over the first issue of Stranger Things Tales from Hawkins 2. Now, this is the first issue, and this issue came out back in 2025, so literally last year. I am about a couple of years behind on my comics, but I was in my comic book store earlier today, and I saw this and I was like, oh, I like Stranger Things. Let me flip through the pages and see what's going on in here. And when the first page that opened up, it was season 2, where Dustin had left off when he saw the baby Demogorgon inside his trash can. And I'm like, I already seen this episode. I don't need to pick it up. But then I'm flipping through the pages and I see Mr. Clark. And I'm like, oh, this is a different point of view, a different perspective of what's going on. So in this issue, I'll probably have some pictures pop up, hopefully, while I'm doing editing, so I know I will. Mr. Clark, man, first of all, we don't give this man enough credit, and I feel as though Mr. Clark needs to get an applause. Mr. Clark, my guy, nerdy as heck, but gets all the women, like in the town, the librarian, the shrink from the school or counselor. But anyway, Mr. Clark out here just collecting women like it's Pokemon, and I don't mean no disrespect when I say that. So, but what caught my eye on this, and what I wanted to talk about in this particular issue, is that I guess like one of the questions is, throughout the series, these kids are coming to him, always asking about different dimensions and all that. How can you get from main dimension to another dimension and all that? And he would explain and talk to them about it, but like he didn't have no other questions outside of that. And then in season 5, Erica comes up to him and convinces him and tells him, hey, yo, it's urgent. You need to be part of this. And, it's like, how is that possible? Like, how did he get throughout the whole town without, being part of or anything? Anyway, so in this issue, he takes, I believe it's the counselor lady, right? Because I think he's with the counselor in the earlier seasons, and he gets with the librarian at the end of the season, at the end of the series. And he takes the counselor, I can't remember her name to save my life, but he takes her to the movie theaters. And at the movie theaters, he goes to get her popcorn and whatnot, and candy, and he has on his 3D glasses. And they go there, and he gets the popcorn. He's like, oh, this is from. He's explaining the Three Musketeers and the read on it. Just Mr. Clark is a nerd all in all, and I appreciate his nerdiness. I put it up here, but I know I'll find an image on the internet or something, and I'll probably post it. But I appreciate his nerdiness, and he's explaining to the cashier about the Musketeers, and the cashier is like, sure, you want what candy do you want? And he's like, oh yeah, I'll take the Three Musketeer one. And as he's walking away from getting the popcorn and the candy, he hears a noise. He's like, what is that noise going on? In the background, it's a Demogorgon about the dog size. And it comes out, it tackles him. And I'm like, oh, well, I already know he makes it to season 5 with no injuries. So I know this comic book isn't going to retcon anything. And it turns out the Demogorgon sniffs the air, sniffs the Three Musketeers, candy bar, takes it, runs away. He gets back to the car where the counselor is, And she's like, man, I thought you left me. They go to a drive-in movie theater. I still haven't been to one yet. Have you guys been to? Let me know in the comment section if you've been there. Anyway, he goes there, goes back to the car, gets in there, and he's like, the strangest thing just happened to me. I'm paraphrasing, and he's like, the strangest thing just happened to me. I think I got attacked by a raccoon or a wild dog. I didn't really get a good eye on it. I mean, the Demogorgon was on top of him, okay? On top of him because the candy he had put in his shirt pocket. So the Demogorgon was on top of homie. And she's like, I didn't get a good view. And he had on the 3D glasses. The kids, Dustin and Lucas, noticed that there's something going on with him. Like there's something wrong. Like he's not his normal self. So he goes into detail of how the glasses work, right? He goes into detail. He says, there's 3 ways that we have vision. I'm not really good at pronouncing them, but he explains all 3 ways, and then he draws a picture of how our brain views the imagery. So that way, what we know is 2D, 3D. He explains it, and I'm like, this is such a good character. Like all in all, Mr. Clark, man, that guy is amazing. Like he's just he can't explain what he saw, so he scientifically explains it, so that way in his mind it makes sense. Because in the beginning, when they pull up to the drive-thru, she's like, they talk about a movie that they seen, and she's like, he's like, this is what he says, I'm gonna quote, "That's why you have me along to make things safe with scientific explanations." Because, she had said previously, how awful, it's a good thing we don't own any pets. This would have given me nightmares. And that's when he said it's a good thing. I'll explain scientifically. So that way it eases my... So in order for him to make sense what just happened to him a couple of days ago while he's sitting there talking to Dustin and Lucas, he scientifically explains it in his mind. So that way it makes sense. Because I'm sitting here like, how are you in this town? The mall... Well, at this point, the mall didn't blow up yet. Well, okay. A couple people go missing. A student gets killed. Second movie. What happens? Second movie. Second season. I think Elle comes back. I've been in the second season. I kind of like the second season. The third season I really like. And then whatever happens in the second season happens. Then the third season happens. Well, okay. Second season, Max is introduced, and then the third season, Billy and all that, and the mall. And then the fourth season, well, he really wasn't in the fourth season, but at the end, because he's still in the town, come on now, he's still in the town. At the end of the fourth season, everything just boom. And for him to just be like, wait, everything that you guys were talking about, all the years or all the seasons that's been going on, it has to do with this? So you mean to tell me when I got attacked at the drive-in, it was a Demogorgon? It wasn't a raccoon or a dog? I don't know. I just found it amazing that you get to see like little details that they didn't explain in the show that they exploit in the comics. This is like this is issue 1 out of 4. So go pick it up again. This came out last year, 2025. I think I think it said June of 2025, and then the second issue, which is definitely out by now. Like if you go on eBay or wherever, you should, or there might be a trade back of it out already. It says, hold on, I'm looking for it a bit. Work with me, y'all. Work with me. Golly, there's a lot of pictures in here for. Oh, it says the next comic is coming out in August of 2025. So yeah, this is roughly last year. So if this issue came out in June of 25, the second issue came out in August of 25. So we're talking about like a month in between, so every 2 months. So the last issue should have came out in December, if I'm doing my math right. So August, September, October, November, December. Yeah. So the fourth one should have been came out, and you can get this in trade paperback. But I was in my comic book store, just walking the aisles, picking up some comics, and I saw this issue, and I was like, I gotta get it. I gotta read it. And then I was like, this fascinated me. It might fascinate you. Definitely pick up Stranger Things Tales from Hawkins 2, issues 1 through 4, or the trade paperback. You guys will get a kick out of it. Just little things. Also in this book, y'all remember when Dustin and Steve were walking the train tracks? I guess it led to them at night, and I know I'll pop it up in case I don't have the image. I'll just pop it up right now. You see Steve about to fight the Demogorgons. I vaguely remember this scene, so maybe this either did happen in the show or it's happening inside the comic book. And so it's kind of like, if you've seen Stranger Things second season, it's like, okay, this is where it leads into, and this is, some things that weren't explained in the show is being explained in the comic book, and I thought that was fascinating. So yeah, you guys, I think this is great. Let me know if this is something you guys would like me to do. Take a couple of comics and just go over. I think there's a couple more comics that I want to go over. Again, mainstream YouTubers are talking about the major comic books, and that's cool. That's great. Nothing against them. Y'all keep doing what y'all doing. I'm gonna be the small YouTuber I am and talk about comics that I don't think is getting enough recognition, or that could get a shout out, because who knows, maybe you, the viewer, got this comic book and was like, well, I don't quite understand what's going on here. Let me go on YouTube and see if somebody's talking about it. Hi, it's me. I'm talking about it, hopefully. That's why you clicked on the channel. I appreciate you. I love y'all. You guys are amazing. I think y'all should definitely keep it up. I've been Kev. You've been you. Let's stay in tune.